Okay, we're going to have more of a dress rehearsal day. Scout work, mostly scout work, some kicking game today and tomorrow. We're a little bit ahead of schedule with the open date, so that's where we're at.
First up, we have Spencer Tillman of CBS Sports.
Chris, if you've taken kind of an elimination game type approach to this, it's rare that these two teams, who often have something to say about the national championship, has had a struggle coming into it. Have you cast that type of vision as you enter this kind of an all-or-nothing kind of situation?
Well, just about every game feels that way, to be honest with you. This game, it's just on its own is enough. I mean, when we play Florida, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to our team. It's a big deal to our coaches. It's a big deal to our fans. It means a lot. And, so that in itself is high motivation. But, we certainly have a whole lot less of a shot at winning the East if we don't win this one. And, Florida's in the same boat. So, if we win it doesn't mean anything, doesn't guarantee anything. But if we lose it, you're just about certain to be out of it.
Mm-hmm. How's your team responded to that reality? Just your gut feeling as a coach. I mean, how they moving about and responding to that reality? What's your sense?
Well, I don't think they think about it all day long. I think they just think about going to class and going to tutors and grabbing something to eat, running over here and getting taped and going to, getting your meeting, go to practice. I mean, it's a busy day. And, and these guys have got a lot to do on a daily basis. And but I think they're focused every day in practice. We've had tremendous effort by our scout teams, and we've had great effort by our coaches and players as far as organization and having really good, solid practices. So I think everybody's focusing on what's important, and that's, what their job's going to be this weekend.
Fair enough. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Next is Dwayne Rankin of the Montgomery Advertiser.
Yes, Coach. I'm going to go a little off topic on that.
All
right. With LSU playing Alabama next week, back in 2011 when they played what was quoted as the game of a century, having been in your share of big games as a coach, assistant and a head coach, how did that strike you when that game was labeled as such?
Oh, I don't know. There's probably about, 2 or 3 game of the centuries per year, or at least per decade anyway. And so it doesn't bother me. It's the exciting part of college football, man. There's games that people will, label that. So that's a good thing for college football. It's a good thing for the Southeastern Conference.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
If there are more questions for Coach Richt, press star 1 now. We have one from David Pascal at Chattanooga Times Free Press.
All right.
Hey, Coach. Yesterday during your deal, you when you were going through the receivers, figuring out who you had. I mean, Rhett was one of the first guys you mentioned. What do you remember about Rhett early on in his career that made you think he could contribute?
Well, you got walk-ons that come in and you don't know who they are in the beginning. I mean, you do and you don't. A lot of times as a scout teamer. As a walk-on, you're a scout teamer. Your jersey number changes every week, and it's just kind of hard to keep track of who's who. But he was very good route runner. He had good hands. He had a little bit of toughness about him. That was separating him from some of the other guys. And I don't exactly remember the aha moment where we're like, this guy can play for us. I think the one thing that helped was he was very good at getting off of a jam. We do a lot of one-on-one, and a lot of times, a corner would line up on a guy like that and say, well, I'm gonna stone him here at the line of scrimmage, and he ain't getting off the line of scrimmage type of thing. And but he was good at getting off the jam and running routes and catching the ball in tight coverage and all that kind of thing in those types of drills. And he was a quick learner. He learned what to do. That's a big part of it. And he got to the point where we felt comfortable with him in our rotation.
You mentioned just getting off the jam. I mean, Aaron said that the last couple of years. Mike Bobo says that about him. What is the key? What makes someone really good at getting off the jam like that?
Well, really, it's a lot of fundamental work. Some guys are just have superb quickness that maybe you can get it done just because you're quicker than the other guy, but usually you got to know how to set it up. You know how to try to get a DB to move his feet a little bit and do a good job with the guy's hands and because that's the whole thing. If they can stay in front of you and they can keep their hands on you, you're not getting off. And so you got to make them move off the spot a little bit. You got to be able to control their hands a little bit and then press up the field vertically to run whatever route you're going to run. So, but there's an art to it, and he's pretty good at it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Bob Hope, the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Bob. Good.
Hey, how's Gurley doing? How's he looking?
You know what? He's done well. I thought Monday I was encouraged, and then Tuesday I was more encouraged, if that helps. But, yeah, he'll play unless he has some kind of wild setback. He'll play, and, I hope he gets better daily. But he looked pretty good yesterday.